Ali Loves Disney. Finally, this is like
hello.
the second or third time we tried to get you on, right? Didn't we? Like, I don't know. It's probably my fault, but I'm looking at my schedule, but I erased the stuff that's over. But finally,
yay!
How are you?
Thank you so much for having me. I'm doing well. Thank you.
No, thank you for coming on. I love this show because I love getting to know people better and sharing out other channels. And I love your personality. We're going to talk about that a lot. But let me say hello to everybody in chat.
Yeah.
And let's see, the life of Danny, first one in the house. Dean Bancroft, thanks for being a member, buddy. Thanks. Excuse me. Thanks for being here. Epic and amazing park hopping adventures worldwide. Welcome in, Dean. Hello again, Dean. Epic. Anybody else in chat? Just say hello. You know what? I screwed up last night. I put this together last night, and then apparently my brain and my fingers disagreed, and I put on last night instead of tonight. I got like 12 messages, like 10 till
You literally scared the crap out of me too, because I had to go. I was like, did I mess up the day? No, it's always Sunday, right? I got scared. I really did.
I'm sorry. What a jerk I am that makes me laugh, but I'm sorry. Hey, I never pretended to be the smartest one in the stream. All right.
I know. Yeah, that really did cause me a panic for a second. I had to think, well, is it the wrong day? What day is it today? I had
the wrong dude. The wrong dude typing poorly. Candy Mom in the house, Wrestling with Disney in the house. She was on the show a couple weeks back.
Yes, she was.
Cinderella Loves Disney is in the chat. I've heard of her. That'll be fun. So before we go anywhere, let's drop her link. I think I injured myself opening my Pepsi can. I think this might be the first ever Diet Pepsi can injury.
Yeah, it might be.
I'm not quite sure what I did wrong there, but it hurts. And yes, I'm a whiner. David Hoffman in the house. Taylor made Disney. Don't call me Tangle of Magic in the house. There is a link to Ali's channel, Cinder. Ali Loves Disney. Hello, part of your world adventures. Hello, JLB Nerdy.
Wow, yeah. Hi, everybody.
Your name is Ali. Cinderella. Cinder Ali. How'd you come up with that? Let's start there.
Yeah, that was kind of funny. I literally planned my entire YouTube channel for about 6 months, like what I was going to name it, like what my sayings were going to be, my intro, all that stuff. And I have always loved Cinderella since I was a kid, so I knew I had to have that piece of it in there somehow. And my real name's Alicia, and my nickname since high school has always been Ali, like from the Karate Kid, Ali with an I. So
I might have had. She's probably my first. Yeah, I think she's my first crush. Is Elizabeth you?
Yes. And so I was like, well, why not Cinder Ali? That sounds kind of cool. And I love Disney, so hello. It was kind of like it just rolled. Went right with it.
I like it a lot. Well, I mean, I talk about my name sometimes. The idea behind my name was I wanted people who were Disney people to know it, but not, I don't know. If you're a Disney freak, you probably know what Dole Whip is. If you're not a Disney freak, you might not. So I don't know. I figured that, and that goes, same kind of thing with you. Cinderella Loves Disney.
Yeah.
Boom. I know it's a Disney channel, or at least somebody who likes Disney. So
exactly.
I love it. So why have a YouTube channel? What made you start? I mean, it sounds like you put a little more thought into it than I did. 6 months of
I literally started playing. I was like, I knew what day I wanted to have my channel start. I planned like little things that I wanted to do, and the main reason why I really did it is because I wanted to have other Disney friends. Like, I don't know if you know how much of my story you know, but my husband and I are both originally from California. We both grew up there, spent our whole lives there.
Woohoo! And my condolences, because I'm also from
there. And I had a job opportunity come up to move to the Midwest. So we pretty much left everybody and everything. And so I didn't have any friends out here, and I wanted to make some friends. So I thought, I saw other people do it, and I was like, seeing how big the niche really was. There's like an umpteen endless amount of Disney YouTubers. So I was like, wow, let me just give it a try and see what happens.
I love that. And so we're in Southern California. Where are you? I'm from San Diego.
Not Southern. We were in Northern. So we were from Sacramento.
Okay. Yeah. My dad moved us out to Sacramento when I was, I don't know, like 4 or 3. I was little. I don't remember much of it, but whatever. But yeah, I love Sacramento. Sacramento's, if you like California history, and I used to.
Yeah.
That's a fun town. There's a lot of stuff going on there.
There really is a lot of history there.
Detroit Disney. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ellie. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, and we used to go like down to Disneyland like maybe every 2 years. So not being in California has really changed how my life has been as far as Disney. That's for sure.
Totally can relate. So. Life of Disney. Hello, Russ Stapleton. Welcome in.
Oh, Russ, I'm wearing your shirt. Thank you.
Love it. Love it. Detroit Disney Joe, thanks for being a member. I'm glad you're here. I think I got everybody. I hope I didn't miss anybody. Kitty Mong, Christy Corner. Yep. Okay. So I can totally relate to that. So living up in Southern California, I was born in LA. We moved to San Diego. We were annual pass holders in Anaheim, blah, 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 blah. Then we moved to Fort Worth. Like, couldn't pick a place more in between Orlando and Anaheim if I wanted to, I think. And it changed my perception of other people because I just assumed everybody loved Disney. And then I moved out here and they're like, oh yeah, Mickey Mouse next. And I'm like, what? So that's kind of like, I had to have something in my life. It sounds like you did that. I mean, your about section says, I think something along those lines. I'm a Disney fanatic and I want to meet more, something like that, right?
Yeah. And it was funny too, because literally like our family doesn't even get it. Like, because we get ready to go on vacation and they're like, you're going to Disneyland again? Hello. Are you guys tired of going to Disneyland? No, we are not.
I used to argue with people like that. Now I just think, that's one less person in line in front of me. That works for me.
Yeah, for sure.
Jay Skywalker, who still has a better last name than me. Welcome in, my man. Glad you're here. So what's your favorite part? You told me, excuse me, I got the hiccups here. You told me that why you want to start a channel. You told me that you planned the heck out of it. You planned the heck out of it. What do you like? I mean, it was about 2 years in now. Are you about 2 years into the journey? Year
Actually,
and a half?
Next month is to the 2-year anniversry. Believe it or not. Yeah.
What do you like best? Tell me about that.
Oh my gosh, just being able. Being able to connect with so many different people and actually like form relationships with them, like especially with people you haven't met. I mean, like you and I, like we've been friends for a while, but yet we've never met.
That is so cool. I talk to my friends about my friends, and it doesn't matter which way it is, but I have YouTube friends and I have people I used to know and I have people that I work with, there's different groups of them. And, sorry, everybody else, but my Disney friends are my favorite friends and I wouldn't know any of them. That's not fair. I wouldn't have known 95% of them if not for, the journey that we're all on together. So I love that.
It really is. And plus the support and the friendships that I've made has just been amazing. Like, I had an operation recently and so many of my Disney friends like reached out to me to see how I'm doing and sent me cards and well wishes. And that's just really amazing. And that's really what I wanted to get out of doing this YouTube channel. So
I totally can relate to that. Yeah. And talking about the journey still, why Disney? Like, so let me form the question better. I mean, why YouTube? I started my journey of diving into, I need more Disney in my life on Twitter. And boy, are they angry over there. Sorry. They're like, yeah, Mickey Mouse, but what about the election? And I'm like, shut up about this. So anyway, I didn't get what I wanted out of Twitter. And then I started a little bit on Instagram and then boom, YouTube. I really fell in love with the platform and then some of the people. And really my favorite people that are Disney people on YouTube when I first got here, they're not even in my sphere anymore because I've found so many more people. Why did you pick YouTube over, Twitter and Instagram or whatever?
Yeah, it's funny. Okay, I've always, you're going to laugh so much. I've always been late to the game when it comes to like technology and social media. Like I didn't even join Facebook until several years after it was in exception. So
I did either. I think maybe, I don't know. I'd have to look back. But
and so honestly, I didn't even create an Instagram or Twitter account until well after I started my YouTube channel. And that was only because people would tell me that you could meet more people that way if you did that. YouTube was the same way. I really didn't even get in. We only started really watching YouTube once we left California. And the whole reason why was because we missed Disneyland so much. Yeah. And so, like I said, I kind of saw all these people making vlogs of the parks and doing all these things and just talking about their friendships. And I'm like, that is so cool. That is so amazing that they have so many cool friendships. So that was really, I thought, let me just give YouTube a try and see what happens and see if I can make friends. And here we are.
I didn't go for it to make the friends. I wanted to talk. It's like, so I'm a baseball nut. And so when I left California, not unlike you, you're Midwest, I think you said. I came to Texas. When I left all my friends to my work friends and my friends. And you know, I didn't realize how much, I mean, come on, we live in the age of you can text somebody in a second and all this stuff, but it's still different. I'm not sitting across from my buddy talking about baseball or talking about Disney, and this has replaced it and more. And it really is a thing that I can't make other people understand. You know, I've got plenty of friends, I got plenty of family who don't get YouTube, don't know how to log in. You know, it really comes down to people who can log in to their account and people who can't. Sorry, sister, sorry, uncle, but you know, the truth is the truth. But this is such an easy way to connect to people that you agree with, like, and whether that's football or the UFC or knitting or Disney or Mickey ears, this is the place to be for that for sure.
Yeah. And you know what, when you think about it, it's really kind of odd. I mean, think about it. We're sitting in front of a camera talking to people that we have, and we're recording a message that's going out to people that we've never seen, never met, but yet we're interacting with and we're forming friendships with. So it's really amazing.
You know, my show that comes on after this is called Creator Talk, and I was doing a little prep for that right before the show. And, you know, I've had conversations with people all weekend, blah, 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 blah. And there was this, right now we're in the, what I think is the end of this weird pandemic time. Some people, it doesn't matter where we're at, but, and I'm starting to get feedback that says, oh, I don't know. I feel like people are mad at people because they didn't take advantage of the free time. Like, I don't know. Everybody has different time situation. Some people work the whole time. Some people are working more. Most people are working less. Some people have even lost their jobs. 26 million Americans. And I have been blessed because I've had more time to create. And that's what we're talking about tonight. But it's made me a better creator. Whether people can see it yet or not, I can't speak to. But I've had more time to learn a couple things I wanted to learn and connect with more people. I've made more friends. How have you used the time? I mean, it's a little bit of what we're going to talk about on Creator Talk, but how have you used the last? Have you been busy? Have you been working? Have you been off work? I mean, I don't know.
You know what's funny? I've been fortunate because the company I work for, they were one of the first ones to actually send us to work from home, like before it was kind of really mandated. So I'm coming up on like my 7th week of quarantine.
Wow.
And so, you know what's funny? You would think, one, I would have more time, but my job is extremely fast-paced and busy anyway. So I've literally worked I think I worked 10 hours overtime last week alone.
Wow.
But the beginning part of the whole quarantine, I was suffering with this back injury. So I was like immobile. I couldn't walk. Really bad. So I didn't get to use the time as wisely as I would have, or as fortunate as I would have wanted to. But I will say I have been blessed that we were home, because if all this happened and that wasn't going on, I don't know what would have, happened. I've been fortunate to be able to work from home during all of this. So,
amen. That's awesome. Good. I'm happy to hear that. I think one of the things that, not a little off DisTube topic, but I think one of the things that people are going to get as an advantage of when we get all through this, more companies, more businesses, more organizations, more bosses, whatever the right way to say it is, are going to understand not every job. I get it. Not every job, but plenty of jobs you can work from home. And,
absolutely.
People have to lose a little bit of that, the boss has to lose a little bit of control, but, I get it. It depends on the job, but plenty of people are now working from home 40 hours a week that weren't at all, because the boss is like, oh yeah, I can get value and return on investment out of someone even from their den. I mean, it just makes sense. So as a creator though, I've been excited every day to wake up, because I'm not a full-time YouTuber because I'm not making that any money like that, but I'm a full-time YouTuber. Okay, I do a couple hours worth of work a day for work, but I really could concentrate on whatever I wanted to all day long. And the first 3 days I was a Netflix guy. I'm like, I don't know how long this is going to be, and I zoomed. But what have you done creating wise during this time? And then we'll start talking about your love of Disney.
Well, creating wise, like I said, I literally just barely got in front of the camera and did a live stream within the last week or two. So I haven't been able to do a lot. I have had some ideas. I've been writing a lot of things down.
Nice.
I am excited to get back into the swing of things. Just before I had this injury, I had started a series called Cinderella's Collector Talk, where I was starting to share items from my collection. So I have not gotten a chance to film my second installment of that, but that will be coming soon.
But sometimes idea creation is part of it. I mean, that counts.
Yeah. So
Linda, I'm sorry. Keep going now. I'm sorry.
Oh no, that's fine. I'm seeing a lot of comments go by, and I wanted to say hi to everybody. And it looks like someone asked me a question here. Where was it? Someone asked what my favorite park was. Oh, Epic and Amazing Park Hopper Adventures. They asked what my favorite park is. As I mentioned earlier, I'm from California. I've actually never been to Disney World. I know, don't hate me. Of course, the original Disneyland is my favorite over the 2 California parks. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm from there too. It's hard not to love that. Close the door now. I don't know you. Welcome, join. Or just ask to come on. That won't ever work anywhere on the whole planet. Linda, hello. Welcome in. I'm doing great. My family's doing great. I didn't want to ignore you. You asked that, but I feel like I keep stepping in on Allie. Sorry about that.
Oh.
So let's start with the character, because your name is Cinder Ali. That makes me think I know your favorite character, but it might just be a cool play on words. What's your favorite Disney character, or go with that?
Okay, well, my favorite character since I've been a little girl has been Cinderella. I've loved the whole story of, true love and just the whole magic of the story itself. Not many people know this, but I'm trying to decide if I want to say this right now on a live stream.
Well, it's just me. I won't.
I actually I'm not going to show it, but I actually have a tattoo of Cinderella. I love her that much. So why are you laughing?
Because I have at least 2 appropriate follow-up questions that I'll leave alone.
Okay, yeah.
I won't ask them because I really like you, but I'm thinking of
it's not in a bad area, so yeah.
I didn't say nothing.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
I am currently showing all of my tattoos right now.
Okay.
Because I don't have them. But anyway, but I love that. So you've always loved it. It wasn't just a lucky name. You've actually always been a fan.
Yeah. Always been a fan. Now, a lot when I was a little kid, I kind of.
Tim. You have a good night, buddy.
Bye. I kind of I wouldn't say strayed from Disney, but just I didn't go to it from when I was a kid up until I went for the first time as an adult. My husband and I went on our 1-year wedding anniversary because we didn't get a honeymoon. And so that completely reignited my entire love for Disney. So for over 20 plus years, that's what I've just been full into Disney. So
I love that. We went on a honeymoon. We did a separate week at different places, but the day after, because we had family come in from all over the place, we invited everybody to go to Disney with us. And a few did. But we kicked off our first day of marriage at Disneyland. And hey, Amy, AJC, Nina, I'm not going to ask it, but she can read, so I'll let her decide.
I just told her she's crazy.
Well, let's keep on with that. So Disney, you're a California girl. I'm sorry, Southern California park. What do you like? Have you been to Walt Disney World? I'm assuming you have.
No, I just said a couple minutes ago that I'd never been to Walt Disney World.
I'm sorry, you're right.
I've seen a lot of vlogs. I've seen your vlogs. I've seen everyone's vlogs that go there, but I have not ever been there yet. Hopefully.
I guess I was thinking about my question more than what you said. That's why I did that.
Oh.
Okay. Tell me what you love about Disneyland the most. Obviously, I'm an Adventureland guy, so maybe what land you like the best. Mostly, I want to hear the why. Whatever the answer is.
Okay. So I don't know if there's really, I would say, a particular land. What I love, one of the things that I love about Disney the most is walking. Okay, here's my tradition. We walk into the park and we always go on the right-hand side, and I walk under the sign that says, "Here you leave today and enter the world of tomorrow, fancy." I read that sign, say it to myself, take a picture. That's literally the thing I do every time I go. And I love the fact that all my worldly stresses are lifted off my shoulder, and I'm instantly young at heart, like a kid. I get emotional. I mean, it's crazy. Some people will probably think it's crazy, but it's just a feeling that you get while you're there. You're hearing the music of, the music's going, the smells of the food and candy and all that stuff. I can't even describe it. I'm getting.
No, I know exactly what you mean, and I bet most of the people in here that are Disney freaks, and most of them are. Thank you, I love you. We get it. I'm not an overly emotional guy. I probably am. I'm not a crier, but I'm probably more emotional than the average bear. But Disney, I can be watching a parade or the fireworks or standing in line to see Mickey Mouse. But I have 4 daughters, and seeing either my kids or even somebody else's kids, especially if it's daughters, falling in love with Tinkerbell flying. I remember watching a little girl It was dark. It was nighttime. She was tired, and she saw Tink flying.
Yeah.
And she just exploded in joy.
Oh.
It's like, we all have 100 stories like that, right? I also remember standing in line with some coworkers. I was not there with my family. It's the first time I was at Walt Disney World, and I'm with 2 coworkers, and we're in line to take a picture with Mickey and Minnie, right? Because that's what they want to do. They've never been, and so we're doing that. And the girl in front of me, the mom, the dad, and the little girl is peeing her pants with excitement.
Oh.
I got to watch the interaction. Like, you're around the corner, but you're not really. It was my favorite part of the whole trip, and it wasn't even me or my family. And so people who don't get it, please don't go. The lines are too long. The annual passes were going up. Please don't fall in love with Disney. But the people who do go hardly ever go back. That's why these people are talking about, oh, Disney's going to have such a hard time getting people back. Yeah, you fools. The day they let us in, I bet it'll be at capacity.
It's going to be a madhouse. I'm sure it will be.
I'm reading arguments on business stuff for the vast opposite of that. Oh, they might open in the fall, but they won't be back to full capacity. Yeah, right. You've never met a Disney freak, and I'm one. Anyway, that's a little off topic. Very true. Orlando, Mike in the house. What's going on? Hitchhiking Bones, welcome in. I know a bunch of people popped in.
Lynn Project, hi.
Cherry Sunset Travels in the house. Yeah, there's something about the emotion of Disney that, it's one of the reasons we have that connection. You mentioned it. The music, the look, the nostalgia, the smells. They're kind of brilliant on so many levels. What was your first movie that you fell in love with as a kiddo?
Well, the first one I really fell in love with was Cinderella. I don't think it was the first one I ever saw. I want to say I probably saw maybe like Bambi, possibly. And see, here's the thing. Okay. There are literally 2 movies I cannot watch as an adult to this day because I get way too sad over them. I can't get past the sad scenes. And one of them is Bambi and the other one is Dumbo. So I cannot watch them. I have not watched them since I was a child. Can't do it.
Bambi's rough. And they do it rough. In the first 5 minutes, if somebody really important to somebody who we already like dies, you're just evil. And Disney is. But, Bambi things are rough. Like I'm 50 dang years old, and I still am like, what the heck?
Yeah, and I get it. It's if you think about it, they're being true to the world in a sense that there's good and evil in the world, and people pass away, unfortunately. But I don't want to see that in the magic, okay?
but that's part of the hook.
Yeah,
it is. Like, just look at TV today. Everything is about. Reality TV. It's not reality TV. It's emotional distress. Jerry Springer didn't quite make the grade for Jerry Springer. Crazy emotion. And Bambi. Absolutely. Bambi makes.
Yeah, I just said that. I was like, me too.
Yeah, for me, it was the first Disney movie that I fell in love with. I think was Robin Hood. I loved a bunch of them. I loved Herbie. How weird, right? Oh. And I loved Bambi. I don't know. They were the first ones I watched.
You just made me think of something that I think. I'm pretty sure it's Disney. Wasn't the Apple Dumpling Gang with Don Knotts? That was, I remember seeing that as a kid. Yeah. I knew
I liked you. If I didn't already like you, I would like you to put that. Tim Conway and, oh my gosh, I love
and Don Knotts. Oh my goodness. Yes.
They're perfect apart. Put them together. Tim Conway might be perfect. And Don Knotts is just pretty dang close. I love that movie. You haven't seen the Apple Dumpling Gang and Return of the Apple Dumpling Gang. I hope that's the name.
I think so.
So worth it. My wife and my kids were downstairs. I was doing, the Disney Digest, welcome in. I was doing some YouTubing things. I don't think it was yesterday. I think it was the day before. It might have been Friday. And they were downstairs watching another one that I loved as a kid. Oh my gosh, The Rock just did a remake of it, but they were watching the old 70s one. Witch Mountain. Witch Mountain or Return of Witch Mountain or whatever. And I loved those as a kid because I wanted to be that little boy, and it was aliens and all this stuff. And it turns out that they had scenes, I don't know which one they were watching, but it was one of the 70s ones that were from where we used to live. It was what's it called? I can't think of the name of it. Something Glen.
I don't know.
Doesn't matter. Somewhere in Southern California, but the low mountains. And they recognized a bunch of the stuff. And I'm like, what? I didn't even know that. So part of it doesn't make any sense. Like the Apple Dumpling Gang, I wish they would remake that. But Herbie, kind of corny. Bed Knobs and Broomsticks. We're talking the early 70s stuff when I was very young. It got me all. It really did. I loved all that as a kid. Some of them are unwatchable, but I loved it. I used to love Herbie too, says Sherry. The remake sucked. It did, but I love the originals. That might have been my first crush, actually. That little girl, 6-year-old Jeff, 4-year-old Jeff, whatever it was. Anyway, So okay, back to Disneyland.
Yes.
So
okay.
when you go, I'm going to steal. This is my buddy Brandy and Dave. Dave has a great question that he uses on his podcast. Definitely want to check out that podcast. Great podcast. But he likes to ask people, what is your favorite memory that you'd like to be able to relive at Disney? And so I'm stealing that from Dave. Shout out to Dave of Dave and Brandy Dave.
Oh boy. There's been a few. Let me try to narrow one down.
If you could redo one again, if you could do it again, which one would it be?
The last time I was there, the last trip I went on, it was almost 4 years ago. It was actually a Make-A-Wish trip, a Make-A-Wish Foundation trip for my little nephew. They paid for his whole family to go, and we went and kind of went there with the family. And the things that Disney does, the extra little magic things that they do for all of those kids is beyond words. And that trip was really memorable just because of that alone. My little nephew had the most amazing time. And so, I mean, like we went in the back to meet Mickey Mouse, and they send you like the back way so you don't have to go wait in line and all that. And the whole time we were there, they took so much time with us. I'm like stressing out thinking, oh my God, all these people are waiting, and they were taking their complete time. You felt like you were the only ones in the park at all. Oh, do you guys want to do this picture? Let's do this. Let's get this. And it was just great. I mean, yeah, beyond.
I love those stories. I've been blessed to be on the periphery of a few of those myself, and a lot of people popping in. Looks like from Resort TV One guys. Love them. I'm gonna miss some of you, I'm sure, but I'm gonna try. Ray J in the house. What's going on? Disabled Disney in the house. What's going on? Alyssa, hello. How are you? Chris Reynolds. Hey, how are you, my man? Sent me out to check out and subscribe. I appreciate that. Oh, I see. And I was trying really hard to not let it jump like that, and it just did. I just don't know how to do this. How about that? Big Noah. I might have said hello to you already, but I can say it twice, right? Hello again, Kay. Conway and Knott's were masters of physical harm. I love them. Hey, Chuckster, that's a fun name. What's going on, man? Yeah, Resort TV. Say hi back to them from me. I love those guys. Russ Stapleton in the house. What's going on, my man? Eric A, how are you? Glad you're here. If I missed you, don't take it personally. So yeah, so for me, to get back into it, you talked about a little bit of what you loved. That first walk in, we were talking about getting emotional. The first walk in, when you turn the corner, read the sign that you referenced, and then whether there's a Christmas tree there or whatever, and then I'm on Main Street, and you're sent back in time to, for me, when I was a kid at Disney. Like Walt was trying to send us back in time to when he was a kid. But what he does is he sends me at least back in time to when I was a kid 100% of the time. And now I have my 4 daughters. Well, 2 of them don't come anymore because they got their own families and whatever. But I got my 2 daughters, and soon I'll have my grandkids. And it's the same, but it's better every time. And for me, the answer to my own question there would be just to see my kids and hopefully soon my grandkids looking up the castle for the first time. Like, I don't remember the first time I saw the castle.
Yeah, I don't either.
But I've watched a lot of people see it for the first time, and I mean, it rocks. It rocks. So anyway, tell me more about the nostalgia and what you love about it. I love hearing people's stories.
Well, I will say that I do have 2 memories of the park of when I was little. And the last time I want to say that I was there, I was probably around 7 or 8 years old. And then I didn't go again until after I got married. So the 2 memories that really stick out to me is I remember going on the Peter Pan ride as a kid, and it's still my favorite ride to this day.
Hard to beat.
And I remember looking over the side and seeing, oh my God, it's so far down. And my mom was like, don't lean too far. I don't want you to fall out. Right. And then when I rode it as an adult, I was like, oh my gosh, what? It's not even that far. But but I get it. It would be far if you fell, obviously. So that memory has always stuck with me. And the other one, I talked about this on our live stream a few weeks back, was I have this memory of going through and getting, my brother and I and a friend of ours got lost in Injun Joe's cave.
Yeah.
Yeah. On what was Tom Sawyer's Island at the time. Now I guess it's Jack Sparrow Island, or I don't know. But yeah, so those 2 memories from when I was a kid just stuck with me. So
I was just talking to a good friend of mine. He's not as big of a Disney freak as I am, but we were talking about Disney things the other day, and he's been to Disney a million times, and he's never been across to Tom Sawyer's Island, and I can't comprehend that. And I think it's a bigger deal. Like in Southern California, I don't know, maybe this is just me. I was over there a lot as a kid, and I wouldn't. That was the don't miss it. That's the. I don't know that I would ever have allowed us to not go over there. I loved that. I loved bouncing on the I don't know, the bridges and playing
Right.
in the nooks and crannies. And I love that you know about that, because I feel like that's a
Yeah. That's something I always took with me when I was a kid. So
love it.
yeah.
All right, these are your favorite rides. I want to hear about your favorite rides.
Yes. Okay. So as much as I love Peter Pan, and it, like I said, it's still my favorite ride, but my ultimate number one favorite ride is in the land that is over the top of your head right now. So, and that would be Indiana Jones. From the time I went on that for the first time, oh my gosh, it's still my ultimate favorite number one ride ever in the park. So that's number one.
Have you heard my story about being there for the opening of that?
I don't know if I have. No, tell.
I will. This is your time, but I'll give it the quick version.
That's
so
okay.
I used to work for the Boys and Girls Clubs of San Marcos in Southern California, and we would on occasion go to Disneyland because I was in charge of field trips, and that's where I wanted to go. And we were there, I think it was 2 days. I don't know, it was either the day or 2 days before Indiana Jones ride was going to open, and it had all the TV and the radio people were there. They were all lined up, like where the line, you don't even go in the line anymore, but where the line goes, that they were all there, and they let us in. It was not a day that it was open, but it was open for use. And once they got those people through, they let us in. So I had a group of, I don't know, about 100 kids and me and a couple staff.
Wow.
We got to ride it like 2 days before or a day before, it officially opened.
Oh, that is awesome.
It was the best. And I'm sure there's 80, 100 kids out in Southern California who remember being there and tell some version of that story too. It was amazing. The queue was better then too. They've made a lot of changes on the queue. But,
yeah, and back then, like we waited, like I want to say 2 hours. Like one of the first times that I ever rode it, it was a long, long wait, and you waited outside. Then now they kind of like shoo you into the, the inside. The queue
that was outside is basically not even part of the queue anymore, and it's amazing. Right there, there's no space there. I guess they've expanded it a little bit.
I know.
The Dupley crew in the house. What's going on? Welcome in. So this is a good time. We're about halfway through, so I want to get to my sponsor, my buddy Bill. Is awesome, and he's got a podcast called Magic the Mouse. He's you know what, listen, I'm not going to read it, I'm just going to explain what's going on. He has a great podcast where he interviews people like me and Lynn, the Lynn Project, and an Orlando guy, and a bunch of other people. I think park hopping, either a did drop or is about to drop or whatever. And I happen to know that the most listened to episode he's ever had is still mine. So go to the podcast and totally ignore the Lynn Project and totally ignore the Orlando guy. To them all. He's a great guy. He's got a great channel. We also do a sports show on my channel on Thursday nights. Check out Bush League Baseball too. But this is about his podcast. Let me pull the link. His podcast, you can find it where all podcasts are. It's called Magic the Mouse Podcast. It's awesome. It's a lot of fun. High level production value. I'm fully jealous of his production value, frankly. And I hope to be there someday. But anyway, there it is.
Well, thank you, Bill, for sponsoring this live stream.
If you don't know him already, you're going to like him. Check him out. If you do know him, well, you already know he's a long guy. So anyway, please check out Magic the Mouse TV on YouTube, Magic the Mouse, the podcast, every place podcasts can be found. He's awesome. Check him out. And it's on the scroll on the bottom.
Stacy just posted the link too. Thanks, Stacy.
Stacy's awesome. Stacy is now, I don't know if she wants me to announce this, but she just went over 1 million channels that she's not really a million.
I was like, what? Wow. What?
Like all the channels. Like, if she's not a mod for you, you're the rare one. She's awesome. I love her. She was on our show last week, and I'm blessed to have her on my team. Anyway, and thank you to all the mods. Love you all. All right, so I guess I didn't really talk about. I talked a little bit about the characters. I talked a little about the parks. Well, I feel like we didn't talk about the entirety of parks. I talked to you, tried to get a little bit of your memories down. Let's just talk about like a little bit off topic, the food. I love the food. I mean, if you've seen the bottom half of me or even I like food. What's your favorite place to eat in Disneyland? And more importantly, why?
Okay, here's the thing. I have not ate in too many places at Disneyland. And the places that I've tried, some of them don't have the best of food. I don't want to really
Oh.
I don't want to really talk too badly about it, or at least the things that we tried were not super, super great. I will say there were a couple places that we did like. One of them, I don't think is there anymore, but it used to be in New Orleans Square. And it was kind of like a little deli sandwich kind of a place. And they had some really great croissant sandwiches there. So that was a good place. And the other place that we have always ate, And oh my gosh. Oh, I was like blanking out on what it's called. The Plaza Inn. It's right there in Main Street on the, if you walk in, it's on the right-hand side.
I've honestly never eaten there. I know it well, but I've never eaten.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's one of the places we will always eat. So, but other than that, like one of our favorite places to eat is actually outside the park in downtown Disney. And it's, again, I'm blanking on it. Oh my God.
Okay.
Is it Tortilla Joe's? I think it's called Tortilla Joe's. It's a Mexican
place I've never been.
Right out the front.
Downtown Disney, but I've never had that. We actually, the two places I like the best, I think they tore up. Rainforest and ESPN Zone.
I used to love the ESPN Zone food. I was so mad that they got rid of that.
I would perfectly go to the bathroom just because I wanted to watch the sports. It was perfect. I loved it. It's super good food. I love that. But yeah, I think they tore those up. Everybody loves Plaza Inn. Isn't that the place they have like some amazing chicken or something? People love the chicken there, I think.
Yeah, well, yes, but they also have, and I didn't even know this until after watching vlogs, but Walt's favorite chicken dinner is actually at the Carnation Cafe, which is like in the middle of Main Street. We've never ate there, but that's on my to-do list next time I go. But
the place we talked about in New Orleans Square that you like is right next to one of the things that I love the best. It's a little nook and cranny Bengal barbecue. And
yes, okay.
And I can tell you that my mom loved that place the best. When I was a kid, and even when we're not a kid, when we went with mom, we would almost always end up there. It's just a good central place. I mean, you got the water on one side, you got now Indiana Jones on the other. I know that well. I don't remember what it's called, but we've eaten there a lot of times. Snack. I didn't get to snacks. Do you have a favorite Disney snack?
I was actually going to tell you if you hadn't said that. That was the next thing I was going to go into.
In case you're not, there's a right answer.
No, that is a good one, but my number one favorite, and I was going to wear the ears tonight and I didn't, is a churro, because I do have my churro ears. But yeah, that's my number one favorite.
You admitted something that you don't know if you've ever admitted before. You ready for me to admit something I may have never admitted before?
Yeah.
I love Dole Whip. Like, I love Dole Whip, but I probably like churros more.
Yes.
Churro, yeah, it just sounds ridiculous. Is amazing. Disabled Disney. I knew I liked you guys. I love it. Yeah, churros. You can't go, Allie. Come on, churro. I want one right now.
Yes. Oh man.
Have you had the churro toffee?
Have I what?
Had the churro toffee?
No, I have not. I usually stick with the original churro. Like, I know that they had a bunch of different flavors and dips and stuff that have come out since then, but I'm an original kind of gal. So
I am not. My favorite thing is my next thing every time. I am not original and I'm not a gal. So there you go. But I mean, you can't go wrong with the churro.
Yes.
All right, so your favorite snack, that's good. So your favorite character, Cinderella, your favorite ride, Indiana Jones, your favorite park, Disneyland, your favorite snack, churro. I'm on it so far?
Yeah, I mean,
I hinted on the movie. I don't know that we got that out of you, did we?
Yeah, that would be Cinderella.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, that's fine. Go ahead.
I do have like some top 4 or 5 favorites as far as rides and movies, if we want to go that route.
I'd be happy to. I love it. I want to know more about you when we're done here.
Okay, so for rides, a couple of other favorites are Pirates of the Caribbean, must, it's a must, and Haunted Mansion. And then in the California park, my number one favorite is Radiator Springs Racers.
Nice. I've never even done that one.
Oh my gosh, Jeff.
I haven't been back since, so I haven't been to Disneyland. My family goes without me because rude, right? But I think they didn't have any of that. Is it Cars Land? I don't know what to call it. They haven't. I've never been there. I mean, I've been.
Cars Land is so amazing. Well, the next time you go, that's a definite on your list to do.
Oh yeah. My and I also haven't done Tropical Hideaway.
That sounds kind of familiar, but
Tropical Getaway, Tropical Hideaway, whatever. That is my jam, and I haven't even done that one yet. But yeah, Cars Land looks amazing. Some of my favorite live streams to watch are out in Disneyland, especially during Christmas. Actually, Josh from Resort TV One did a great one out there when he was out there in California, walking it. The lights are so beautiful. Radiator Springs. I want to do all that. I'm trying to give her channel a look right here. Well, I left out the here, but that's right. You can figure out what that means. It's give her channel a look right, and then we're like, but whatever. You can figure it out. Guys, her channel, we're going to all say we knew her when. The number is too low. Pretend like, don't listen because I'm going to embarrass you. But it's her attitude. She's so happy. She's so friendly. You're going to love her channel. You do lots of stuff. Well, you do lots of stuff with Christy. You do lots of unboxings. You do lots of,
I do a lot of tags. Yeah.
Tell them.
People tag me. It's great.
Tell people if they've never seen your channel before. Obviously, you've got some Disney lovers in here, but if they've never seen your channel before, what are they going to see if they go over there?
Okay, well, and before quarantine happened, one of the things that I did often that a lot of people seem to enjoy was we love to look at antiques, like go to antique stores and flea markets and stuff like that, because you find the most amazing Disney products there. And so a lot of times when we go on our adventures and go to different antique malls, I would film that and I would, post the videos on it. And so I seem to get a lot of positive feedback from that. So just going antique hunting and then sharing the items that I've got over antique hunting, different box swaps, like you said, some tag videos, pins, sharing some of my Cinderella collection, because as I kind of sort of mentioned, or Jeff said in my little synopsis of my channel, I'm a Disney collector, but I've been collecting Disney for probably almost 20 to 25 years. So I have a wide variety of items in my collection, and they're not all Cinderella. A majority of them are, but they're not all Cinderella. So
now, you know what? I'm pretty sure it was you. You might correct me, but I think you were the one that got me more hot and interested in Jim Shore. Am I right?
Yeah, I did do a Jim Shore collection.
That was a great video. Man, it feels like it was about a year ago now, but
I think it
I would
was.
love you to speak to that.
Yeah, and it's funny because I'm trying to think of when actually the collection started fairly small. It was actually my husband who purchased the very first Jim Shore I ever got. And I shared that in my collection video. But the very first one I ever got was years and years ago.
I'm not leaving. Keep going. I'll be right back.
Okay. The very first one I got was years and years ago. And I've always loved his pieces. Now, granted, they're a little moderate to expensively priced, depending on which one you get.
I would call them expensive, but okay.
Yeah. So the collection didn't grow expansively right away. It's taken 20 something years to get the items I have. And since I've actually done that collection video, I've either been given as gifts or purchased myself. I've gotten probably about 5 more pieces of Jim Shore since that in over a year. So yeah. But Jim Shore pieces are so beautiful. What was that?
Have you seen the world's ugliest Jim Shore?
No, I don't know if there is such a thing, but
oh, there is.
Okay.
Really?
Oh goodness, and it's a kitty.
I've shown him before on stream, but I try not to because generally the numbers cut in half right after I show it because people run in terror. It's terrifying. So this is a good spot to say why I haven't gone over yet to my sponsors podcast. My buddy Bill Guerrero and Bill Guerrero Jr. They are awesome. They are the Magic of the Mouse podcast. Everywhere the podcasts can be heard. They also have a great YouTube channel, Magic of the Mouse TV. They're my friends. They're great. They're baseball nuts. They're Disney nuts. What's not to like? Get over to the podcast. Give them some love. Make sure you don't listen to the Orlando guy or the Lynn Project guy unless you've already listened to mine, because then it's even. And I'm very competitive. No, I'm kidding. Watch it all. They're all awesome. And again, PPP Josh, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure when it pops out, but he'll be on there, or he was just on there. Please give them some love. And again, get over to Cinder Ali's channel. I think she was 887 and somebody said 892. I don't know. I'd love to give her some love. Come on. If you're here because you like Disney and you're here because you like Disney, you're going to love her channel. I'm betting most of the people are already fans of you, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I am seeing a lot of my friends in chat, which is really great. So thank you guys for coming. But it would be so amazing if I could hit 1,000 by the time I hit my 2-year anniversary. That would be really great.
About a month and a half away.
Yeah, about a little over a month. So yeah.
What have you learned about yourself and the creation process? Because we're gonna close it up here in the next couple of minutes, right?
That's actually a really good question. You know what I have learned is I love the creativity about the whole thing, about just deciding what topic or what kind of items or things to do. And I also found that I really I've gotten a lot more comfortable being on camera and on a technical live stream. So that's helped a lot, sort of a self-confidence kind of thing. And then the fact that I really enjoy editing videos. I really like that whole editing process.
It takes forever, but it's fun, right?
It really does. It really does take a long time, unfortunately. And if you get, the computer slow or what have you, it's kind of frustrating. But I do love that whole creative thing about being able to just put whatever music I want or put whatever, pictures and all this stuff. It's really fun. So I do enjoy that.
I promised you I'd stay tight to the clock, and we're almost to the time that I talked about, but I haven't asked you about those ears. So if you have any questions for her, we're only going to have her for another minute or 3. So ask the questions now. I'll try to get to them, but your ears are awesome. Tell me about it.
And I just see someone put that in the comments too. Yeah, actually, thank you. These ears were made by my very, very dear friend Heather and my partner channel over at the Disney Housewife. She was in the chat earlier.
She's
not
great.
sure if she's still there, but yeah, these are just absolutely beautiful. And she made these for me as a gift. And so I really appreciated that. They are very Godmother inspired. So
my wife is also, like you, a Disney ear connoisseur, whatever the word is. You put the word in there. And I do like that there's it's Etsy creativity, right? There's so much, like there's one of a kind now, and they're freaking awesome. So I love that.
Sure. And there's so much variety, like you said. Like you can just find, I mean, it's unreal how much, you know, and it's all about the person, the individual's creativity and what they put into it. So it could look completely different. You could ask 5-10 people to make fairy godmother ears and they could all look different. So
if we can get another one of these, we could have like the ugliest Jim Shores ever. But I don't know if anybody else will have them.
I see Christina at Playdates and Travel. She says, when is my next planned trip that's Disney related? Well, honestly, I really was hoping to be able to go this year because this year, I'm pretty sure I'm correct here. Jeff, you should know this, is the 65th. This year is the 65th anniversary for Disneyland.
Disneyland?
In July, it will be.
And, yeah, it was 1955.
I was really hoping to try to swing a trip during the 65th because I like going during the anniversary years.
I do too.
Yeah, but I just don't know what's going to happen with this. And so I don't know. It's probably not going to be till next year, depending on this whole quarantine thing. So
actually, not to get into, you know, predictions too much, but I think that Orlando is going to be open much sooner than Anaheim because, you know, Florida versus California. But, I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, I actually collect stuff from the 40th anniversaries because, well, that's the year of the Indiana Jones ride open in the story. That was 95, and they had the 40 year.
Hardly believe that. Yeah.
Right. It makes me feel old to even say that out loud. But yeah, I love the anniversary stuff, and I love it specifically with Disneyland. I thought about going out there for the Disney World stuff and the Epcot stuff, but it's just not the same because I'm not from there. But
yeah. And I know that I think next year is also the Magic Kingdom has an anniversary. Looks like the 30th, maybe, according to the chat. Is it the 30th?
In there? Yeah. I know that. There you go. It says 30th.
And so that was
71, wasn't it?
Like if I could swing I've never been to Florida, so we would love to be able to go. So it just depends on what happens. Right now, I don't know. Some people know who've been watching my channel, but I pretty much went on a no Disney spend this year on purpose because we needed to save for some things. We're trying to move and do some things like that. But it was really, of course, I had to pick a no spend, Jeff. I had to pick a no spend during the Cinderella 70th anniversary year. Like, what the heck was I thinking? That was not on purpose, by the way.
So, if you're listening, what do we got? We got when's your birthday? We got Christmas coming up. So I promised you we wouldn't go too long. So anything you want them to know, if you want to ask her a question, you got like 1 more minute to give it a shot. Anything you want them to know, anything I didn't ask you. I tried to speed it up a little bit so I'd get everything in, and I don't feel like I did very well. But anything you want them to know about you or your channel or your tattoo or anything like that.
No, I can't even believe I said that either. Gosh.
I had to.
I actually, you know what's funny, if we're going to go into the tattoo, is that I have really, really sensitive skin. And because of that, like some of the little outer lining is kind of lightened. And so I really need to get it touched up, but I just haven't done that yet. So that's why I'm not showing it. But yeah, so there it is.
There it is. That's right. Yeah. Playdates and Travel since 71. I have had a blast talking to you, getting to know you even more. Guys, if you haven't noticed, I'm a big fan of Ellie. You're going to be a big fan of Ellie. Get over to her channel. Here, let me drop the link one more time.
Thank you. And I really appreciate you asking me to be on, Jeff, too. That was really nice. I know we've been trying to plan this for like 6 months, so I was glad we really...
I don't even remember what happened, but I know I was two on you, but that's all right. You're not... Trust me. The inside baseball stuff, not that anyone would care about the show, more things get flipped around than people know. Like Stacy, I love Stacy. Stacy, when she first became my mod, she's like, Jeff, I need a schedule. I'm like, but it changes. People say never mind more than I want people to know.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but it is what it is. I mean, stuff, people get sick. My goodness, I had somebody had a whatever. I'm not gonna say it. Stuff happens.
Thank
But
you,
anyway, I've had a blast getting to know you better and having them get to know you. Get over to her channel. I'm going to talk about my sponsor one more time, and then I'm going to talk about who I got coming up in May because we haven't even shared that yet. But again, my sponsor is Bill Guerrero and Bill Guerrero Jr.'s Magic of the Mouse podcast and their YouTube channel, which is Magic of the Mouse TV. Get over to both their podcast and their YouTube channel. There's a link again to the podcast. They're my friends. I really love them. I think they're great people, and give it a listen. You're going to like it. The production value of it is through the roof. The content is through the roof, and they're just great guys. So you're going to love them. Tornadoes happen. Uh-oh, is there a tornado? Yes, tornadoes happen. That's right. It wasn't
gosh.
Well, it wasn't. It was, yeah, anyway, nobody died. But anyway, okay, so who wants to hear May? Oh, I'm not going to wait for the answer because I told her I wouldn't keep her long. May, I've got May 3rd, road trip day.
You're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
May 3rd, road trip day. May 10th is Mother's Day, special Mother's Day edition. If you know me, there's mothers that are in my life that I like a lot. They'll probably be on there. Late Buena Visitors is the 17th. You can't know about the 24th yet. See, because that whole thing. And Vipre Project on the 31st. I love that schedule. I love my schedule. I'm proud to say I'm all the way into August. I love that I get to do this. I love that I get to talk to more people like you, Ali. Not only so I can get to know you, but so we can just grow this community. And there's so many good creators, and you are absolutely one of them. I'm going to say it one more time. No, thank you. I'm going to say it one more time just because people come in and out all the time. You're going to go for the Dizzy, but you're going to fall in love with her happy attitude. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I'm mad at you. Get over there right now.
Jeff, you're the sweetest. Thank you so much.
You, of the people on the screen right now, I am definitely not the sweetest, but it was nice of you to say. All right, so your last chance. Anything you want to say to the people about what you got coming up on your channel this week, or what you're going to do with it next year? Anything, and then we're going to say good night.
You know what? I haven't thought that far into next year, but I will say that whenever I can get to Disney next, you will definitely see it on my channel because I will be excited for it as well.
Now, and what I did now, you planning on going to Walt Disney World, or are you just staying in Disneyland?
No, well, I originally did want to go to Disneyland for the anniversary, but if that doesn't work out, and if it's easier for us to go, because we are technically closer to Florida where we live now, so we would like to try to plan a trip there. It may not be a super long one, but even if we could go just for the first time would be amazing. So
you definitely need more time in Walt as a Disneylander.
I know. Thank you so much, everybody, for all your comments and stuff in the chat.
All right, it's your last chance to get over it. When I'm done here and I'm done talking to her, I'm going to go over to her channel, and I better not see 887 or whatever it was. Get over there, give her some love, people. That's it. Thanks so much for your time, Ali. Thank you to all my mods, all my friends, anybody who was new here. Thanks to Resort TV 1% of people over. Oh, Creator Talk. I don't even know what time it is. In like 40 minutes or something, Creator Talk, we're going to talk about how everything has changed and how everything is the same, what we're doing different in this crazy time as YouTubers. That's it for now. Have the best day ever. Go wash your hands.
Yes, for sure. Thanks for everybody.
Oh, Rachel loves Disney in the house. Get over to Ali's channel and give her some love. That's it for tonight. Have a great week, everybody.
Guys. Bye.